said, flexibility is a big thing, and honestly, I think that's something I lack in my training. I'm a heavy lifter. I always train heavy, very much bodybuilding, powerlifting style, and so I'm not used to training a lot of flexibility exercise. But I think by incorporating a little bit more flexibility exercise, I can get better results out of it. So don't neglect that. That will be the last set.
Yeah, so we're going to do dumbbell skull crushers, one of my favorite exercises. I like the dumbbells because really find out if you have any weak links and treat them. Now, what I'm going to do different with those, instead of going 90 degrees, I'm going to go back to about 45 here. So I got to work against a little more resistance.
There you go. With dumbbell skull crushers, you can use the easy bar, straight bar. I find you can even use a little angle on the bench as well to do those skull crushers. My preference goes to the easy bar for the skull crushers. But dumbbells are really good as well. Really work with limited equipment here, so. Let's go, buddy. Let's do this. Perfect. Should get a good squeeze on top. Way to go, Vinny. How many
time sets? That was 20. Notice that I set myself up on an angle so that I could drop the dumbbells into that free range and they weren't going to come down and hit the bench.
Exactly.
These are really going to burn. The key with triceps is to keep your elbows turned in and tight and try and stabilize your shoulders so that you're not working through your lats or your shoulders. The key is to isolate, really fatigue the target muscle. Alright, so let's finish this off. Elbows are turned in, tight.
Look at the whole time holding the camera with those bench dips. So pumped right now, it's crazy. That's one thing as well, because most guys are not used to go and work with that type of as many repetitions. And especially like me, I usually do anywhere between 6 and 12 reps for most of my workouts, and by working in the 50 reps range, that really shocks my muscle and got a feel I never had before.
That works pretty much all three heads, not quite the medial, but man, that's gonna hit the long head, the lateral head, and that'll really get your arms pumped up. Really focus again on those, locking it out. Don't think I just gotta finish 50 reps. Think still quality. You can do both at the same time. Don't think you don't have to sacrifice one for the other. So don't psych yourself out because you've got to do 50 reps. Still focus on squeezing. And if you fail early, you fail early. No big deal. Remember, each week we got an opportunity to progress.
Exactly.
That's what this is all about. So that's it for triceps. We got one more for day 4. And then that's the 3-minute muscle entire week. Alright, so we're going to give you a good variation on calves, something different. These are called squat calf presses, and we're going to load our calves up with our own body weight into this position. This is really going to create a big peak contraction too. And it starts off pretty tame, and then it slowly starts to get more intense, and your calves are really going to start to sting. So again, you're standing up on your toes, your hips are dropped the whole time, quads are parallel. All the weight's pushed down to your calves.
That's awesome. And actually that's going to be a good stretch exercise at the same time for your back, because we just trained our back. It's kind of dual purpose exercise.
It works on your groin flexibility too.
Absolutely.
Be careful with this. I actually have to be cautious. Oh man.
Got a cramp?
You may get a cramp doing those. But you know, one set of 50 on those can be pretty deadly. Focus on the height. You really feel your calves on this one. And for future variations, you can turn your toes inwards or outwards as well.
Absolutely.
You can start feeling your quads burn.
But no matter what you do, no matter what program you're following, I think you should always go high rep on your calves. This is where you're going to get the most results. Calves are a muscle that we use a lot in the daily life, you know, by just walking, climbing stairs, things like that. So you need to really work them hard at the gym in order to stimulate some growth. Let's go, buddy. Vince is choosing a little different angle this time around. Sees his feet inward. Good job, buddy.
Alright, so work towards all 50 under 3 minutes with your own body weight. And you know, if you find that that's kind of hard to add weight on those ones, but the way to make those more intense is to slow it down, pause longer at the top. So incorporate those two techniques and you're going to have a really effective 3-minute protocol on calves. So that's it, squat, calf presses. And so the next video we'll wrap up with some closing thoughts, because that brings us to the end of the entire 3-minute muscle workout. Alright, good work.